One night, a woman was surrounded by 4 men, making her feel scared. A 12-year-old girl saw this and, worried, told her father, "Dad, call the police." But her father said, "No, it's too dangerous." The girl didn't listen. She took the phone and called the police herself. Soon, the men were caught. 20 years later, that girl became the chief of police. She turned to her father and said, "Dad, I took a risk that night and in my life. If I had listened to you, I wouldn't be here." Her father, surprised, felt proud but also sad. A father and his son were walking through a forest. Suddenly, the boy tripped and fell, hurting his knee. He cried out in pain, "Ah!" and was surprised when he heard a voice from the mountain shout back, "Ah!" Curious, the boy yelled, "Who are you?" The voice responded, "Who are you?" Annoyed, the boy shouted, "You're a coward!" The voice came back, "You're a coward!" Frustrated, the boy asked his father, "What's happening?" The father smiled and said, "Pay attention, son." He then yelled, "I am strong." The voice replied, "I am strong." The father explained, "This is called an echo, but in life, it works the same way. Whatever you send out into the world comes back to you. If you speak badly, you will hear bad things in return. But if you speak with kindness, the world will respond with kindness." 2 men started building their own houses. The first man rushed and finished his house in just 1 month. Meanwhile, the second man was still working on his, carefully taking his time. The first man laughed and said, "I built my house in 1 month, but you're still not done. You don't have the skills or talent." The second man just smiled quietly. A year later, a massive thunderstorm hit. The first man's house was completely destroyed by the heavy winds, but the second man's house stood strong, untouched by the storm. The first man realized that rushing without proper effort and planning leads to failure, while patience and hard work bring lasting results. A man hated his dog. He would often say, "You just bark, eat our food, and do nothing. I hate you." One day, after his boss yelled at him, he took out his anger on the dog, hitting its leg with a stick. The dog's leg was broken. The next day, while driving, the man got into a serious car accident. He was rushed to the hospital. The doctor called his wife and said, "Your husband is in critical condition. His legs are badly damaged, and he won't be able to walk again." Shocked, the wife replied, "I'm not coming. I can't take care of a man who can't walk for the rest of my life." The man heard this and felt heartbroken. Then the doctor said, "But someone from your family has come to see you." The man was surprised, wondering who it could be. Suddenly, he saw his dog wagging its tail and jumping onto his bed, happy to see him. Tears filled his eyes as he realized, "I never treated you like family, but you were always there for me." A girl was sitting on the road crying. A young boy saw her and said, "Mom, look, she's crying. Can we please help her?" His mom shook her head and said, "No, it's not our problem. Let's not get involved." The boy insisted, "But Mom, how will we know what kind of help she needs if we don't ask her?" The mom still refused, but the boy didn't listen. He ran towards the girl and asked, "Why are you crying? What's wrong?" The girl looked at the boy and said, "Yesterday, I lost both my parents in a fire. I have no one to talk to, and I'm feeling so alone." The boy, with surprising kindness, replied, "I'm here. You can talk to me. Share your feelings with me." The girl, touched by his words, hugged him tightly. The mom saw this and felt regret. Tears filled her eyes as she realized her mistake. Sometimes people don't need much, just someone willing to listen.